Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about the dual form. If you speak English, you already know about the singular and plural forms. For example, goat for one goat and goats for multiple goats. For pronouns, we have I, you, he in the singular and we, you, they in the plural. But how do we say two goats? Well, in English it's just two goats, nothing special. However, in some languages, there's a specific form to indicate exactly two of something, and this is called the dual form. It's primarily found in Semitic and Indo-European languages. It also appears in some Austronesian, Uralic, and a few other language families, though less commonly. The dual form is generally used for nouns, adjectives, pronouns, and verb conjugations. In some languages, it is used only for nouns or only for pronouns, while in others, it has a more limited function. For example, in Hebrew, the dual form is mainly used for units of time, like 2 weeks or 2 months, some measurement units, and paired body parts. Similarly, in most modern Arabic dialects, the dual form is no longer widely used, except for things that naturally come in pairs, like ears, hands, or eyes. Classical Arabic, however, has a much broader use of the dual form. It applies to nouns, pronouns, and even verbs in the second and third person. This is a common pattern in linguistic history. Many languages tend to reduce or lose the dual form over time, replacing it with the plural and specifying the number separately if needed. For example, in ancient Indo-European languages, the dual was fairly common. We find it in Old Church Slavonic, Sanskrit, and in the Attic dialect of ancient Greek. In many medieval Germanic languages, including Old English, the dual was preserved for certain pronouns. Today, in modern Indo-European languages, the dual is only actively used in Slovene and a few minor Slavic dialects. Some Gaelic languages also retain a limited form of the dual. Now let's look at some examples of how the dual form works in two languages. Let's start with Arabic. For nouns and adjectives, the suffix ani is added for the nominative case, and aini for the accusative and genitive cases. For example, rajul, a man, becomes rajulani, two men, for the nominative, and rajulaini for the accusative and genitive. Kabir, big, becomes respectively kabirani and kabiraini. For verbs, the suffix ani is also used. Taktubani, you both write, yaktubani, they both write. For personal pronouns, a simple long a is added. Antum, y'all, becomes antuma, you both. Hum, they, becomes huma, they both. Now let's move to classical ancient Greek. In ancient Greek, the dual is marked on nouns as well as determiners. For example, o anthropos, the man, becomes to anthropo, the two men. For pronouns, there are specific dual forms. Spho, you both, sphoe, they both. And the dual also exists for the first person in Greek. No, we both. Adjectives also take the dual form in a similar way to nouns. Kalos, good, becomes kalo. I won't go into the dual verb forms to save you a headache, and because they were rarely used. Just note that, unlike pronouns, it's only used for second and third persons. That's it for this short presentation of the dual form. I hope you found it interesting. If you did, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share the video. Drop your video suggestions in the comments and I'm gonna take them into account. See ya!